We have all been working hard to present you a spring concert filled with many newly composed orchestral works by American composers Mark Lords, Jacob Kowalski, Jay Unger, Zachary Doctor, Todd Parrish, and Rosano Gallant. Please help me welcome our teacher and conductor, Mr. Boone. A Matador's Tale. This programmatic work depicts an elaborate bullfight. The modern bullfight, Corrida de Toros, has 3 distinct stages. The opening Spanish fanfare sets the stage for the entrance of the matador. The first stage, Tercio de Varas, which means Lance's third, moves to a tango where the bull enters the arena and the matador's first confronts the bull, performing a series of passes and observing the bull's behavior and quirks. In the next stage, the Tercio de Banderias third, the matador attempts to plant 2 barbed sticks, banderias, in the bull's shoulders, causing it to make desperate and ferocious charges. In the final stage, the Tercio de Muerte, death third, the matador enters the ring with a small red cape in one hand and a sword in the other. The music comes to a rousing end, depicting the final fight, where the matador then makes one final blow and the contest is over. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy our first selection, A Matador's Tale by Mark Lords. Cello Concerto, Opus 85. This concerto is a four-movement work that features a solo cello and full orchestra. The concerto is known for its rich, noble character and for the interplay between the soloist and the orchestra. It's not a traditional three-movement concerto, but rather a four-movement work with thematically linked pairs. The cello plays almost continually throughout the work, is characterized by a sense of rhapsodic thought that strains for hopefulness while wrestling with an abiding sadness. Tonight we will feature Senior William Hayes performing the first movement of Elgar's Cello Concerto, Opus 85, arranged by Jacob Kowalski for cello and strings. Ashokan Farewell, a waltz composed by J. Ungar in 1982, gained significant fame as the theme song for Ken Burns' documentary, The Civil War. While the song is not a traditional Civil War era tune, its use in the documentary, particularly accompanying the reading of Sullivan Ballew's letter to his wife, cemented its association with the conflict. The letter, which foreshadows Ballew's death at the First Battle of Bull Run, is often paired with the song in performances and discussions about the Civil War, creating a powerful emotional connection. Tonight, for our performance of Ashokan Farewell, we are joined by theater students from the Visual and Performing Arts Academy Theater Department. Please enjoy Ashokan Farewell.
Headquarters, Camp Clark, Washington, D.C., July 14, 1861. My very dear wife, indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Lest I shall not be able to write to you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I shall be no more. Our conflict may be one of a few days' duration, full of pleasure, and it may be one of severe conflict and death to me. Not my will, but thine, O God, be done. If it is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for any country, I am ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution, and I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. But my dear wife, when I know that my own joys, I lay down nearly all of yours and replace them in this life with care and sorrows, when after having eaten for long years the bitter fruit of orphanage myself, I must offer it as their only sustenance to my dear little children. Is it weak or dishonorable while the banner of my purpose blows calmly and proudly in the breeze, that my unbounded love for you, my darling wife and children, should struggle in fierce, though useless contest with my love of country? I cannot describe to you my feelings on this calm summer night when 2,000 men are sleeping around me, many of them enjoying the last, perhaps that, of death, and I suspicious that death is creeping behind me with its fatal dart and communing with God, my country, and thee. I have sought most closely and diligently, often in my breast, for a wrong motive in this hazarding the happiness of those I love, and I could not find one. The pure love of my country, and the principles I have often advocated before the people, and in the name of honor that I love more than I fear death, have called upon me, and I have obeyed. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. Yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly on those chains to the battlefield. The memories of all the blissful moments I have spent with you come crowding over me, and I feel most grateful to God and you that I have enjoyed them so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up, and to burn to ashes the hopes of future years when, God willing, we have might lived and loved together and seen our boys grow to honorable manhood around us. I know I have but few claims upon divine providence, but something whispers to me, perhaps it is the wafted prayer of my little Edgar, that I shall return to my loved ones unharmed. If I do not, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I love you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Forgive my many faults and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I have oftentimes been. How gladly I would wash out with my tears every little spot of your happiness, and struggle with all the misfortunes of this world to shield you and my children from harm. But I cannot. I must watch you from the spirit land and hover near you while you buffet the storms with your precious little freight, and wait with sad patience till we part no more. But Sarah, if the death can come back to earth and flint unseen around those they loved, I shall always be near you in garnished day, in the darkest night amidst your happiest scenes and gloomiest hours, always, always. And if the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air cools your throbbing temples, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me, think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. As for my little boys, they will grow as I have done and never know a father's love and care. Little Willie is too young to remember me, and blue-eyed Elliger will keep my frolics with him in the dimmest memories of his childhood. Sarah, I have unlimited confidence in your maternal care and your development of their characters. Tell my two mothers, I call God's blessing upon them. Oh, Sarah, I'll wait for you there. Come to me, and lead thither my children. Sullivan. Sullivan Ballou was killed a week later at the First Battle of Bull Run, July 21st, 1861.
Prairie dance is a simple tune which starts in the clarinets. As it is passed through the ensemble, it grows louder before culminating in a rhythmic American-esque hoedown that would make Copeland proud. After this spirited climax, the tune winds down before ending quietly with the clarinets precisely as it began. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Prairie Dance by Zachary Doctor. Ancient Wonder Suite is a musical description of 4 of the wonders from the ancient world. Movement 1 describes the awe-inspiring grandeur and size of the Temple of Artemis located in Ephesus, now present-day Turkey. Movement 2 depicts the majesty of the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria, Egypt, which lasted into the 14th century. Movement 3 portrays the mystery and amazing craftsmanship used to build the Great Pyramid at Giza, the only ancient wonder still standing today. Movement 4 represents the overwhelming feeling one might have gazing at the statue of Zeus at Olympia, Greece. It concludes with a majestic feeling of victory celebrating the Olympic spirit. Please enjoy the Philharmonic Orchestra perform Ancient Wonders Suite by Todd Parrish.
now. This is our first performance. Grade 5 piece of music. We're going to take the best assessment next year. So what better way than to have them perform it for the first time? Very nice job. So very proud of this group of students here. They've got grit, and that's a good thing. It makes the music enjoyable to play, and I'm sure to listen to. I'm going to move on a little bit. I'd like to congratulate our graduating VPAA Instrumental Strand seniors. Sienna Barr, violin. Kirsten Francisco, cello. Eliza Hart, Eli Shuey, Avon Spreader, and I don't want to allow William Hayes. It has been a pleasure to watch each and one of you grow and learn over the last 3 years. This is my 3rd year here. Your dedication, hard work have paid off. I am incredibly proud of all you have achieved. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, wherever that may take you.
For our performers, if you guys didn't know, the seniors used to have this tradition where they would give a junior of their choice a rose. That's like a little passing of the torch thing, but tonight we decided to appreciate all of you. Give us a couple seconds. They're back there, hopefully grabbing flowers. There was a little accident back there, so. I have a treat prepared, but they're taking a second back there, so I'm gonna go help them really quick. Hello. Good evening. I just wanted to come up here and say a few words really quick, if you all would let me take up a couple minutes of tonight's concert to appreciate my friends in this amazing ensemble. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Kirsten. I've had the privilege of playing in the VPAA all 4 years of high school. Sorry. Firstly, I wanted to thank Mr. Boone for letting us do this and letting me speak tonight, given that it was insanely last minute. It's been such an honor to be under his direction throughout high school, and even though he's sometimes an ogre, as he likes to say, he truly has done so much to pick the Instrumental Strand back up after COVID did a number to it, which was also followed by the previous teacher leaving us to play on a cruise, after which we didn't hear from him again. I was talking about it with Elijah the other day, but even throughout the shared frustration and chaos, I can't help but be defensive over Boone every time someone says something even moderately critical about him. Like, that's literally my grandpa. Watch what you say. So, again, thank you, Mr. Boone, for essentially raising us as musicians and as people. He's truly a part of what makes Salem so unique, and I couldn't have asked for a better mentor and director. Of course, I also want to thank my fellow Okay. Of course, I also want to thank my fellow Instrumental Academy seniors, Eli, Will, Elijah, Sienna, and Avon. Daniel, too, as an honorable mention. Oh, Kellen, where are you? Kellen with a broken arm. He's back there somewhere. Okay. Anyways, it's both a blessing and a curse to have such a small strand class. Whether we liked it or not, we've been forced to be together since freshman year, and unfortunately that also means we've seen each other at our worst, we've witnessed each other's weird phases, and rewardingly, we've been able to watch each other grow into the amazing, mostly JMU-bound adults that we are now. Go Dukes! As an underclassman, senior production seems so far away, but look, we killed it Wednesday night, and now here we are, 18 days away from graduation and at our very last time playing on the Salem stage. I still remember freshman orientation when I came into the band room and saw these same faces, but behind our masks at the time. I remember Will's small bald head and thinking that Eli and Avon were related. I remember being low-key afraid of Sienna, and to be real, my earliest memory of Elijah was him airdropping me to ask if I practiced Emerald Falcon, to which I obviously said no. Something shifted over the summer before our senior year that made us really lock in, and I could not be happier with the bond that we have with each other now. As happy as I am to escape the school, I can't help but feel a little sad that we'll never all be together in senior synth again. We'll never be able to boycott another one of Boone's projects or play Dress to Impress in Minecraft while Will is being busy, being the only one actually practicing. Throughout all the beef, arguments, and a ridiculous number of music history projects, we all made it out in one piece. Thank you guys sincerely for bringing me solace in a family, despite how dysfunctional it is. It is truly such a blessing to be able to grow up with you five in Boone. I hope you all carry your memories together with the same fondness and maybe mild regret as we all go on our separate journeys. Finally, I want to thank and appreciate this beautiful ensemble right here, and parents and friends, I know this is going on for a little long, but if you guys don't mind, I want to take these last few moments to have a one-on-48 talk with my babies, as the seniors and I often refer to you guys as. This is the last time we'll all ever be playing with a specific group of people, and maybe after our seniors leave, next year's ensemble's gonna mock us, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Every time I hear us play as a group, I am genuinely blown away by how talented you all are. And it only gets better with each rehearsal, each camera fill class, and each measure that Boone makes us repeat 50 times because he keeps stopping in the middle of it. I know he's hard on us sometimes, but I hope you'll understand that it's because your potential is so apparent. Each and every one of you are in the Academy for a reason. And if you aren't in the Academy, but you're still up here on stage with us, you're here for the same reason. You earned it. So take his advice to heart. Dig into your strings, push the wind out from your chest, fill your phrases with breath and intention, and play with emotion and dynamics and feel. Around sophomore year, I really lost my passion for music and performance. There have been so many times where I wanted to quit the Academy, but as soon as I get on stage with you all, I'm reminded of how much I enjoy bringing these pieces to life. Music is so much more than just notes on a page. It's a shared experience, it's memory, it's connection, and it's the soul of our time here. Throughout high school, I've witnessed different dynamics among people in this group as students came and went. I've adapted to the changes in policy and procedure. There were countless times I'd celebrate at the end of the year because I knew that next year I wouldn't have to deal with that one really annoying senior who thought they were so much better than everyone else. And I've seen the rise and fall of Boone's practice logs, the evil that is the circle of fifths, the sticky practice rooms, sight reading Shrek the Musical from our Chromebooks, Boone getting his bank account hacked at ODU and then breaking his finger. Believe me, we have truly seen it all. So I guess that goes to say we've been in your spot before. There are going to be times where you feel like you do not belong here. There are going to be times where you feel like you would have been better off at the Global Studies Academy at Tollwood or doing culinary at Votech. There are going to be times where you feel like music theory is literally putting you on your deathbed and that having to play solo in front of the class or for SRO is the biggest, scariest thing in the world. Realistically, most of you are not going to pursue music after graduation, and that's okay. But no matter where you all end up, I hope you carry your love for music with you, however that may be. Take it from me. There's truly no other feeling that compares to playing beautiful music with the people around you right now. Now, as we play our last piece together, I hope that you feel every note reverberate with everything we've been through. Every practice, every breakdown, every victory, and every moment. Thank you, and I love you guys.
Wow, that's powerful. I was just telling Sienna, that's the last violinist. All the seniors last year were violin players, the whole section, except for Sienna. And I know she felt, wow, I'm on my own. But she prevailed. Nice job. Eli, man, I'm gonna miss. He's a phenomenal player. A big set of shoes to fill for the next person coming next year. And those cellos, I really would like them to stay. This is one of the strongest cello sections. When I got here 3 years ago and I heard the cello section, it's like, wow, these guys can play. And then I go to senior regional orchestra auditions, and then I say, oh, that's why. The entire state of Virginia has some phenomenal cello players. Very, very competitive. And that's not an easy instrument. But I'll miss them, but we have 4 more coming next year. When someone leaves, someone fills the next spot. And the remaining ones, they have to step up. We got some Wills, and we got some Eli's, and we got some Francisco's. They're all up and coming. Yes, I forgot your name. That's embarrassing. That really is. That's one of my downfalls. I taught at ODS for a while, you know, the elementary string program. And when you have 100 third graders in your class, they know real quick that you don't know my name. So they must have been, what's my name? Viola. What's my name? Violin. I certainly knew the instruments they played. I didn't know their name. That's embarrassing. I have to someday correct that. I want to go ahead and give a special thank you to Miss Krista Vogt, the Theater Strand teacher, for providing these wonderful free students to help us with the Shokin Farewell. It's a very moving story. I don't know if you would call it a story, but Sullivan Ballou knew. He knew he wasn't coming back. You know, it kind of brings it home today with what many families go through. And he read that story very well, and the two acted out very well. And I'd like to thank Logan, the soldier, Zoe, the wife, and our speaker, Isaiah. Thank you very much. So as Kirsten said, we're going to move on to our last selection. I was thinking it as I was reading. Nostalgia. It's a wonderful tune, and for some reason, and I asked these students, have you ever been to Disney? And of course, many of them have. And you get on the ride Soarin'. I think that Mr. Gallant sat on Soarin' at Disney, and he was writing music. It's straight from there, I think. So please enjoy our last selection, Nostalgia. Okay, that said, they'll meet you out in the foyer. They're gonna put their instruments away. They're gonna rack and stack some chairs and stands and move the percussion instruments because we have the dance team coming in next. They have to lay down a Marley, and this is the only time we have to do that. Once again, parents, please keep encouraging kids to play the instrument. They're awesome. And music is a universal language. And I thank you very much for supporting the VPAA here in the Instrumental Strand. Thank you.